it was just really odd to me. Because once I really learned who Zeus was, he was like archetype of control, while feeding people, you know, chaos and spectacle. And I realized, like, that's not a divine order. That's more of a distortion because of the control. And what disturbed me the most was how often black women are centered in that spectacle. Science already shows us that black women carry the mitochondrial DNA. And that connects humanity back to, some would say Africa, but whatever, it connects to the beginning. So spiritually, that means that black women are the root and the sacred carriers of, humanity's life force. And again, you put two and two together, and you take the energy of them and you suck it out with this show. Like you're getting all of this energy and this richness off of these women. But instead of honoring that power, there are, of course, these platforms like Zeus Network who turn it into a ritual of exploitation. I know we've all been hearing about it. There's been several of the women on the network who are tied to the network who we do believe and understand that they have been using some of these women for rituals, of course. Um, they turn into like rituals, exploitation, all the drama and the conflict, the pain, the hypersexualization is all for entertainment, of course. And on a surface level, it looks like reality TV, but when you think about it on a deeper level, it feels like a ritual of inversion, like taking the most sacred energy and flipping into a spectacle just for profit. So, in all actuality, that's why I had to disconnect, because when you feed on that energy, you're not just watching that entertainment, but you're participating in that vibration that the brain rather that drains the brain rather than uplifts you. And it gets deeper when you talk about ancient memory and all these celestial and cosmic records, that there are echoes of times when there were beings in landscapes themselves that were turned into stone. Mythologies all around the world, they do talk about giants, trees, and creatures that became mountains and rocks and mesas. It's just all kind of things, everything around us. You never know. And there were things like floods and lightning strikes, cosmic events. Living forms were actually, well, literally crystallized into matter. And now we would call those mountains. They're petrified, and the petrified forests are actually just like frozen remnants of once living presence. So think about that. The land itself, all around us, is memory, and stones and trees that we see today are truly echoes of beings from ages like Lemuria and Atlantis, which means that even the ground beneath us carries stories of power and trauma and, ultimately transformation. So when I connect the dots, Zeus as control, Zeus Network as a modern ritual, and then you think about black women as the sacred root, and then the earth itself as memory, I see a much bigger picture. We're living in a time where ancient archetypes are literally resurfacing through technology and media, and some of them are so distorted. Like they're really here to remind us in so many ways just who they are. So you got to think about everything. You got to follow your intuition. Before I close this episode, I want to leave you with some questions to reflect on. And if you feel called, share your thoughts with me or with the community. Question 1. Have you ever watched something on Zeus Network or anywhere else that disturbed your spirit and made you cry or left you anxious? What did that experience teach you about the kind of energy that you allow into your life? Question 2. How do you see Black women as mothers, sisters, ancestors, carrying the sacred root of humanity? And how do you feel when media turns that power into a spectacle? Question 3. Have you ever looked at a mountain or a giant rock or a petrified tree and felt like it was alive, like it carried some sort of memory? What do you think those landforms are really telling us? And finally, what practices or boundaries help you protect your energy when the world, media, and networks are trying to pull you out of balance? The question is, will we let these networks control our vibration or will we reclaim our energy? For me, the answer is extremely clear. Free my mind means choosing awareness and stepping out of control systems and reconnecting with truth. So, family, I want to hear from you. Do you feel these archetypes playing out in today's world? And have you noticed how media or even the land itself speaks to you? Let's keep the conversation alive. Until next time, protect your energy, honor your roots, and as always, free your mind because this world is fucked up.